Hey everybody, this is Terry. I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Be safe with whatever it is you're doing today on 4th of July. Don't blow any fingers off or anything like that. I just want to give everybody a little update on what I'm doing. I have a mail call. This is from Russell Reese. Everybody knows him probably as Double R Restorations. He's building a Camaro, Project Overkill, coming along very nicely. He sent me a couple decals, as some of the people in the Garage Gang put it, and a nice note. And I want to say I appreciate that, Russ. I was contemplating going around the outside edge of this table with it, but I don't think I will. I think what will end up happening is I'll probably just start over here on the side of this cabinet, I think. And I probably ought to start thinking about maybe getting myself some decals or decals or however you want to put it. As far as the truck, I actually finished up the headliner part of the deal, and I like the way it turned out. It looks pretty good. I think it'll look really fine when it's all leathered and put back in and all this and that. I put the seats back in it just so I could get a kind of a overall feel of how the interior was going to be when everything was said and done. Besides that, I wanted some video and some picture images of it before it was covered. I like to do that in case there's a problem or something down the line after everything's said and done, something maybe starts to lift or delaminate. I can look at the pictures and see where that area is and see if I can come up with what was happening or what is happening before I actually take it out. This is how I finished off this area. If you remember, this was a big cutout here, so I made fiberglassed up some pieces to cover that up, which is held on with 2 screws. Same on both sides. That's what that side over there looks like. I did get the back window in. The back window, if anybody's ever put one of these kits in, it has a bunch of, every one of these screws, see if I can get it back. Each one of these screws is held on with a nut on the back side. And there's a flange on the cab. That's quite a few screws. So what I ended up doing was I cut some flat bar from here, about here over to here, and then I just threaded it and tapped it, drilled it and tapped it, and that way that you just slide it, that bar in there, line up the hole, and you can put all your screws in and not have to worry about it. I did the same thing from here to here. And then this window frame kit comes with the 4 corner pieces, and that's what picks up this one here, because the flanges on the truck actually end like right here and right here, so you have to pick up that last hole with an extra little piece that they send along. And that is the only piece that has the nut that come from the kit in it. The rest of them are all just tapped. So anyhow, that's how that window's actually held in there. Now I'll probably windshield glue this seal on, so I don't have to argue with it wanting to pucker up around the edges and stuff. So originally I was going to make an escutcheon to go around this window to cover up this gap. I guess the reason why I didn't like that gap was it was just all over the place, because when I cut this hole in this back headliner, I just kind of went outside the truck with a Sharpie and drew around it, and I just cut it haphazardly on the other side of the line to make it so I knew it was big enough to compensate for this windshield, this back window frame. So it's all over the place and it looked like crap. So, and I didn't care, because I've always gonna make something to cover that up. Well, due to the fact that if you look down here, this surface is almost flush with this surface, and as this comes up, this surface actually becomes proud of this surface. So I was like, well, that'd be kind of a real nice piece to have to make to fit in there and make all that look like something. Then you have to worry about how you're going to fix it to this once you do make it. So what I opted to do was take this backboard back out, refiberglass this edge up all the way around where it was too big or odd looking, and then come back in here and re-gap it with a perfect 1500ths gap all the way around. So this here will be painted black maybe car color. So I'll allow about, I don't know, 300 or 400 for paint build up there. And then this is going to be wrapped with leather. So that'll be 5. So maybe an 800 gap, 700-800 gap when it's all said and done and finished. And I think that'll look fine. And if for some reason I don't like the way that looks, I can either make something for that later after the fact, or I can just put a piece of windlace, a bulb windlace in here to finish that out. I don't know, there's several things that I can do. The cab, like I said, the cab will be painted car color. If it's going to be two-tone, it'll be probably the upper color. If I don't like the way that looks back in there, I can come back in there and black this area out so it blends in more with the headliner, because the headliner is going to be black. I can do it that way. There's several things I can do, but I think it's going to be okay the way it is, because it looks as long as it looks uniform, I think it's okay. I went ahead and threw some leather up there just to make sure all my thicknesses and everything, there wasn't going to be any problems after the fact. So I'd like to figure it all out now as opposed to later. I put the seats back in to get the overall feel of the whole interior. I like it. I think it's going to look okay. It's really tight, but it is what it is. I really like the Ford emblem up there. I think that looks nice. Areas like this will be plated. This piece, this pillar here piece, it'll be plated. So that'll take care of that. Yeah, I think overall I'm really pretty happy with the way the interior is looking. When you start with nothing, you don't have a whole lot to work with. But I think for what I've got, I think it'll work out. I think it'll look pretty good when it's all said and done and covered and put in there. So anyhow, that's where I'm at on that, guys. And we're not going to talk about any YouTube Garage Gang t-shirts. So anyway, I hope everybody has an excellent 4th of July and gets a lot of stuff done in their garage. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Bye. Hey everybody, this is Terry again. This is for 265 Chevy Hanson. He had a video out talking about a Chevelle. I commented on that video and told him that I had one as well. So I figured I told him I'd show it in my next video. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is my baby. Redid this car clear back in '93. But I'm not gonna uncover the whole thing. It just sits out here in the old car trailer. It's a true SS car. That's probably why I saved it. It is actually a true SS car. It was about this much shorter before I fixed it up. Ran into the back of a truck and trailer. I was going 65 and they were going about 10. So this is it. Hanson, this is mine. It needs to be done again. It needs to be redone again. It actually has a vinyl top still on it. So anyhow, just thought I'd show that to you. It's a fun car. It'll probably be several more years before I'm able to do that again. I noticed it has a flat tire. That's awesome. Oh, it has 2 flat tires. Poor girl. Oh well, she'll have her day in the sun again. That's a promise. Anyhow, Hanson, there you go. Thanks for watching.